Today I'm going to show you how to make kombucha. So you need a couple things before you begin. First of all, you need the kombucha SCOBY. This is it here. It looks like a little bit of a mushroom. In fact, it's yeast and bacteria. That's what we call the kombucha mushroom or SCOBY. We need kombucha starter, about 1 cup to 2 cups of starter per 1 gallon of sweet tea. I have about 1.5 cups right here. The reason why we need this is adding this kombucha starter to the tea creates an environment that's unfriendly for the bacteria. That's not good for us. So basically just helps give the SCOBY a bit of a protected environment to grow. Now the sweet tea can be made from any sort of tea leaf. I personally find green tea is great, black tea is also good, oolong tea, but the standard type of tea most people brew with is black tea. So first of all, we want to add some kombucha starter, which is some kombucha from the previous batch, into our sweet tea. Now in this case, I've already added 1.5 cups of kombucha starter to the sweet tea, so I don't need to add it, but this is just to show you. It's about this much. Second thing, take your SCOBY, you can just simply grab it with your hands and just transfer it over and drop it into your container of sweet tea. And there we go. Now don't worry if the mushroom is a little bigger than the opening. It'll actually kind of reform and it'll basically take the shape and size of your opening. Now I just want to say a little thing about what type of jar to use. If you're going to brew kombucha, you need to use something that doesn't react with the mixture, and that particularly is glass. You want to choose either glass, or alternatively you can use stainless steel. Maybe you can use food grade plastic, but I don't really recommend it, but people still do brew kombucha in plastic. Just got to make sure it's a high quality plastic, also food grade plastic. You can use something like porcelain or wood as well, but the cheapest and easiest container to brew kombucha is a glass jar. Okay, so I have my glass jar with sweet tea, the starter that I've added, the kombucha starter, and the SCOBY mushroom that I've added. Now I simply need to seal the top with something that allows air to pass through but keeps out the pests. So I've chosen just a regular paper towel. I've just folded it in half. Put it over the top. Just put a rubber band or hair elastic, anything that will keep it in place, like this. There you go. I will leave this for about 10 days, and I find it makes a very good kombucha. You want to leave the kombucha to brew somewhere in maybe an area out of the sun. You don't want to keep it where there's a lot of light. You can leave it for at least 7 days. 7 days you might have a kombucha that's quite sweet. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 days, you're going to get a kombucha that's kind of mildly sour, but also a little sweet. If you leave your kombucha for about 30 days, you're going to get a very tart, very sour kombucha. If you leave it longer than that, you get basically what's called kombucha vinegar, which is very, very sour. So ideally, I recommend 10, 11, 12 days. The warmer the weather is, the faster the fermentation will happen, so you got to kind of keep an eye on that. So now, I'll just put this in a corner and we'll leave it for about 10, 12 days. And that's how you brew kombucha.